Can you believe it's June already, Marvel Snappers? The season of the Spiderverse will soon be upon us, bringing with it 4 brand new Marvel Snap cards. I genuinely think all 4 of these cards have the potential to be playable, and they definitely all look awesome. Something fantastic to be aware of is that this month, Second Dinner is trying out some direct to Series 4 releases. So one of these cards will be coming in the Battle Pass as always, but 2 of the 3 non-season pass releases will be starting in Series 4, meaning you can open them in those reserves much more likely or get them for 3,000 collector's tokens in the shop, with the 4th card being a typical Series 5 release. Second Dinner has not communicated yet which of these releases are going to be direct to Series 4 versus Series 5, but I will provide some speculation on that on my part as we get to the card review. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. I think these cards are awesome. Let's talk about why. To start with our season pass card for June, Ghost Spider 2/3 on reveal. The last card you played moves here. I think this card has a ton of potential. The dedicated movement archetype has felt like it's been one enabler short of being a consistent threat in the metagame for some time now, and Ghost Spider could be that enabler. Having another card that can let you move your Human Torch to double its power or add an extra 5 stats onto Vulture seems like a really big deal. Past that, Ghost Spider moving a card that you had played previously as opposed to a card like Iron Fist that requires you to set up your next play being moved gives you a lot more flexibility and control over the sequencing and what exactly you are moving than other cards in Marvel Snap have provided so far. I also think there's a good chance that Ghost Spider has utility outside of dedicated movement decks. 3 power for 2 energy isn't that far below rate, and having the flexibility to be able to move your big play from turn 4 or turn 5 to a different location on turn 6 seems like it has a lot of potential. The fact that this card costs 2 means it plays out really cleanly alongside a tech card like Enchantress or Shang-Chi in the final moment of the game, so you could like disrupt your opponent's big play while also repositioning your big play from the previous turn in a way that has the potential to really catch people off guard. I honestly think this has the potential to be one of the best season pass cards that we've had in some time for both move enjoyers and anybody that likes being just tricky while playing Marvel Snap. As we move on to looking at the 3 non-season pass cards that will be releasing in June, there are 2 important things to note that we do not currently know as of my recording of this video. The first is that we don't know the order that these cards are going to be releasing in, so we're going to take a look at Silk here first in a moment, but she is not guaranteed to be the first card coming out in June after Ghost Spider. The second is that 2 of these 3 releases will be released directly into Series 4, meaning they'll only cost you 3,000 collector's tokens to pick up as opposed to the typical 6,000. Second Dinner has yet to confirm which of these 2 releases will have that cheaper price on release, but I would speculate that Silk and Spider-Ham probably have the most flexibility and utility in their card releases, so I would wager that they are probably the direct to Series 4 cards, but again, that's just speculation on my part. Hopefully Second Dinner confirms both of those things for us in the not too distant future here, as the season is rolling out here in just a few days. Without further ado, let's talk about Silk here, shall we? Taking a look at Silk here, 5 power for just 2 energy. After any card is played here, this moves to another location. I think this card has a ton of potential and is likely the most flexible card in the June releases that honestly could become a format defining 2-drop. This 5 stat line typically implies that Second Dinner is attaching a drawback to a 2-drop with that much power, and while Silk could be detrimental in some spots, bouncing out of a location that you want her to stay in, she also has really good synergy with a number of cards you can choose to be playing and locations that could pop up on the board. Angela, Kraven, Miles Morales, these are all cards that are going to be happy that Silk is bouncing to and fro on your side of the board. Difficult to get into locations like Death's Domain and Sanctum Sanctorum could have Silk bounce into them and then safely remain there, giving you stats that you otherwise wouldn't be likely to be able to get into there. I think this card has an absolute ton of potential. I'm going to be excited to try it not only in move shells, but also just as a generically good 2-drop in a variety of places. To speculate on series release, Silk is one of the two cards that I would expect to release directly into Series 4. It's really more of a meat and potato style card that's not particularly flashy, and I think it's one that a lot more people will be excited to pick up at 3,000 tokens as opposed to 6,000. Up next, we have Spider Ham, or Bacon Flavored Leech, if you prefer. 1 energy, 1 power. On reveal, transform the highest cost card in your opponent's hand into a pig, keeping its power and cost. So, this effectively is a flavorful way to wipe the abilities off of the highest cost card in your opponent's hand. The one big question mark in my mind for how this is going to work is there an implied this hits the highest non-pig card in their hand? Meaning, can I use Falcon and Beast to pick up and redeploy Spider Ham and tag multiple cards in their hand, turning them into bacon? Or will this card only hit the same thing over and over and over again, meaning it doesn't have value when bouncing? With the devil being in that detail, it's kind of tough to fully evaluate how good or bad this card is going to be. As far as speculation goes, I would bet that this is going to be one of the 2 Direct to Series 4 cards for June as well. This is a utility card more than anything else, and I think this style of card should be an ideal candidate for the lower series Direct release. I saved what I think is the best for last, which also means speculatively, I would wager Spider-Man 2099 is going to be the one Direct to Series 5 card release for June. 4 energy, 6 power. The first time this moves to a location, destroy an enemy card there. This card seems like it has a ton of potential. Destroying opposing cards is an effect that's used rather sparingly, and Spider-Man 2099 has the potential to destroy a couple of cards on the opponent's side of the board over the course of the game. You play Iron Fist into Spider-Man 2099, kick him over on the board, blow up one thing, then you play out Ghost Spider on the turn after, moving Spider-Man 2099 again to a different location and blowing up something else there. We top all of that off with the fact that we have a relatively on-rate stat line, getting 6 power for just 4 energy, and I think this card could be a major format player in a deck that's looking to move its cards around. We are just 4 days away from the Spiderverse season beginning in Marvel Snap on the evening of June the 5th, and I cannot wait to get to play all sorts of awesome Ghost Spider movement decks on the 6th all day on my stream at twitch.tv/Jeff Hoagland. I would love to know in the comments down below what decks you think I should be trying out, as well as which of these card releases you're most excited to get your hands on. I'd also love to know if you agree with my speculation that Silk and Spider-Ham will be the Direct to Series 4 cards, with Spider-Man 2099 starting in Series 5. As always, if you enjoyed my musings on these topics, be sure to snap that like button to help this video reach some more people. And if you happen to be new here, you made it all the way through the end of the video, consider subscribing to the channel. I post Marvel Snap tidbits and game news updates and deck highlights 7 days a week. I'd love to see you back again sometime. The rest of today, enjoy your snapping, and good luck making it to Infinite or whatever your rank goals are before the season ends.